Hello, I'm Liz Banks from Skills Studio, and I'm going to give you some helpful tips on how to do well in your next job interview. If you get invited back for a second interview, you may have to deliver a presentation. So let's look at a few key points that you need to bear in mind. Number 1, know your audience. Create a profile on the interviewer or interview panel to find out as much as you can beforehand. For example, number on the panel, level of responsibility or level of expertise, any other specialist knowledge. Do they know you or each other? This will help determine the material, examples, and the amount of detail you can use in your presentation. Number 2, one key message. There should only be one key message in your presentation, which acts like the spinal cord to the presentation and holds everything else together. Summarize this in one powerful sentence and keep it foremost in your mind throughout the presentation. Number 3, the power of 3. Restrict your presentation to 3 main sections. This helps to keep a strong focus to your presentation. 3 tends to be the magic number that people remember things in. More than this, and you will start to lose clarity in the presentation. Each main section is like a mini presentation. It should have a beginning, middle and end. This makes it easier to follow and helps the audience remember the message. It's really important that you make a strong opening at the start of your presentation. This is the time when you want to grab audience attention. There's many ways of doing this. For example, you might start with a question or a quote or an important fact to actually arouse interest. It's also very important that your opening is succinct and clear. This will set the tone for the rest of the presentation. Learn it off by heart. Practice your opening in the mirror many times so that it really becomes part of you. This will give you an added confidence when you begin your presentation, and it will help you to avoid the classic ums and ers that are very common when people are nervous and hesitant. When you practice in the mirror, smile at yourself and see how it feels. Quite often you will need to use a visual aid. This may be a flip chart or an OHP, but most commonly it is PowerPoint. Address the interview panel at the start of the presentation before starting the slideshow. This will help you to build rapport with the panel at the start and will also give the impression that it is you who is controlling the presentation rather than the PowerPoint controlling you. Take your time to change slides. Pause and allow the panel to take in what is on the screen before speaking. They need time to assimilate what has just been said and to absorb the information on the new slide before you start to speak. It will also give you time to gather your thoughts before you begin to speak. Remember to direct your delivery to the panel, not the screen. Avoid referring back to the screen for prompts. If you do this, your voice will trail off as you turn your head away from the audience, and this will reduce the impact of your message. Instead, use your laptop arranged carefully in front of you, or use notes or prompt cards to give you the necessary prompts. Finally, ensure you have tested the equipment before the presentation so that you are not thrown by any technical hitches that might occur. Finally, it's important to have a memorable ending. A good ending leaves the audience with a final thought to ponder on. This may be through a quote, a question to the audience, or a provocative statement. And when you finish, remember, be prepared to take questions. I hope you found this advice useful. For more hints and tips, just click on monster.co.uk. And good luck with your next job interview.